Hi, I'm Kathy Callahan-Brady, and welcome to In the Trenches. Today we have a very special guest with us. This is Ted Gregory, and so welcome and thanks for coming.
Thank you, Kathy.
Yeah,
Glad to be here.
This is actually a really fun thing that we do, and we do it twofold. So there's a secret. One of them is it gives me the opportunity to really thank you in a very public way. And I think of all the board members and advisors, you have done so much for this organization. And I think you're my first board member that I came on right after I got here. So you've been a board member for a while, and I remember we were sitting in Brewer's Alley, and I was trying to tell you all of the different things and that I was uncovering that we needed to fix and to get done, and you still said yes. So, so thank you.
And isn't that where Don Schilling said, well, Ted's a difficult personality. You're either going to really like him or really not like him.
Yeah, he did say that. We'll go ahead and tweet that one and see if Don hears it. But yeah, so you guys have made my life so much easier, and I just feel like we finally got all of the books straight, and we've got a great dashboards, and we can actually give those out to our clients, and yeah.
Yeah, it's been an interesting 2 years.
Yeah, it has. We have a little bit more to do. But,
yes, we do.
Yeah, but all good. So anyways, tell us a little bit about what you do. LSWG, correct? Which stands for Litton,
Schaefer, Warfield, and Garrett. We've been around for 53 years. Don Linton founded us in downtown Frederick back in 1965. We're an accounting firm and a business advisory firm. And my role, I'm one of the firm's principals. And the areas I'm responsible for are client accounting services team and business valuations. I'm a certified business appraiser. I've been doing that for 25 years. And I'm the former CFO of the Frederick News Post. So with those years of experience in the trenches operating a company, that's how I got tagged to be in charge of the small business accounting team that works directly with our clients on their accounting processes.
Yeah, but you do so much more than that, too. That I'm learning more and more about you, that there's a lot that's sort of behind this. You can't, in my mind, you can't be put in that, oh, you're just a CPA. Because some entrepreneurs will say that. You've got a tremendous amount of experience with raising funds.
I did, yes. So many years ago, 25 years ago, I helped Phil Bowers. He came and sat on my back porch and said, Ted, I want to do a brew pub. And he went on and on and on. So that's great, Phil. What is a brew pub? Because it was we didn't have them in Maryland back then. And so I helped him with the fundraising, the business plan. We wrote a full investment prospectus. It was raising money. Raising money is really hard.
Yes.
But we did. We managed to get the capital. We purchased the building that was the former City Hall, and that became Brewer's Alley. And it went on from there. We have 4 other restaurants in downtown Frederick and a brewery, Monocacy Brewing Company. And Phil has been very, very successful, all through an awful lot of hard work on his part.
And you're part owner.
Oh, yeah, I'm a part owner.
Yeah, just part owner in just some of the hardest industries, which is the restaurant industry.
The restaurant industry is a really hard industry.
Yeah.
Made on pennies, and you're dealing with the consuming public, which are always challenging. So.
Well, my favorite is Bella's.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm loving that place right now. I probably shouldn't say that so everyone can just stay away. No, I love it. And right now you've got the back porch.
That garden area is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, love it. Great red wine.
His mother put that together.
Really?
Yeah, Eleanor.
That was our first place where we had Funded and Brews at.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, right there. It was great. Okay, we're digressing big time. So you're on my board, but you also advise a lot of clients, and I think the secret sauce behind you is the business evaluation. That is a piece that every entrepreneur talks about. How do I evaluate my business so I can figure out what kind of price tag to put on it so when I raise X number of dollars, that is very, very difficult to do. And a lot of times they don't think about you until I say, wait a second, what about Ted? And they're like, but he just does accounting stuff, right? No, he doesn't. Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about that, because that's a...
So business appraising is really interesting work, always interesting. For a variety of reasons. It's always interesting the people you're dealing with, and it's interesting to see so many different kinds of businesses, the way they're structured, what are the key success factors for them, their financial performance, and the things behind them that impact it. I recently did a consumer products company in West Virginia that decided to go after Walmart to go into the Walmart system. Dealing with Walmart almost put them under, because it's just so hard to deal with a huge conglomerate like that. They've got a very, very popular Amazon store, and they've done very well with that. But it's interesting to see the strategic decision to go after Walmart, and certainly it did boost their sales, but almost ended them.
High volume, low
margin,
margins,
and just the business process of having to interact with Walmart was so hard for a small business. It was a real challenge for this company. So business appraising is just very interesting because you get in and really see the drivers in the business and the people and how it's all turned out.
Well, thank you. You're one of our Fitzy secret sauces that I always say. So I
you.
appreciate that. So tell us a little bit more, just in terms of your sort of journey as an entrepreneur, because you've done a lot of things that are very entrepreneur-ish. What would you say some of the secret sauces are, some of the success stories are, or even some of the things that didn't work really well?
Well, so almost anyone who's ever had success has always had failure too. And so I think one difference I've noticed about myself compared to some other accountants or CPAs is I am more of a risk taker than many of them are. And so I don't fit the mold as much as some do. So getting involved with Phil, just as an example, broke all the rules. Getting involved with your client as an owner and investor, raising capital, and certainly getting involved in any kind of restaurant is, it's got a very high failure rate. But using Phil as an example, we've had a couple just dramatic crash and burns too. And so that is part of the story. You've got to be prepared for taking the risk, and sometimes they don't work out. And we had 2 restaurants that were just tragic failures and very costly to us. But others where you keep taking the risk, like Pistaro's was just a home run from the day it opened its doors. So being willing to take those risks, knowing that you might lose money on it, and doing it anyway because you think you have it right. Sometimes you don't.
Boy, that's for sure. So this makes me think of something. One of the things I've noticed with entrepreneurs, and I say with entrepreneurs, and I actually have done this myself, is that there's times when to shut something down, they wait too long. I know I waited too long. Any thoughts on that? I mean, you're a numbers person, so I think in one sense, is it easier for you because you're always watching the numbers? When is it time to actually say, that's it, that's enough? Or do you have that wait too long syndrome too?
Well, if we just followed the numbers, we would have not pursued some things
True.
that turned out well. You like Bella. Do you know how many different formats we've had in that location? Trying to find the right secret sauce there. So just following the numbers, we'd have closed that down and done something else, but we didn't. We kept going after it and going after it. Sometimes you do have to say, I'm not following the trends. I'm out of sequence with the purchasing public, or the idea I'm pursuing is just not the right idea at this time or with this concept. Now I have to do something different. And it is hard to give up on something you've pursued. You spend a lot of time getting to that point and then decide to just let go and say, it's not working. That's a hard decision.
It is. It is a very hard decision.
It's probably always too late when you make the decision finally.
Yeah, probably. But that's a good part about, I think, having you around and all of our other advisors, because you guys are able to look at a business and a company in a dispassionate way, because it's not your dream and your passion that you're looking at, and so you're able to help them in a very reasonable and logical, unemotional kind of way, too. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we have to wrap this up. Although, you know me, I can talk forever. Although I do have to ask you, how long have you been a pilot?
When my daughter graduated from college in 2003, the next month I bought an airplane and learned how to fly it.
Okay, I get that. College is paid off, all the responsibilities. It's now time to have some fun.
Buying the airplane was cheaper than the college, so I came out ahead.
I was going to say, I bet so. So would you like to leave them with anything, quote, book, success story, anything along those lines?
Well, I was mentioning to you earlier this book that my father gave me, and he'd written in the inside it. This was my father's favorite book, so it was my grandfather's favorite book, and it sat on the shelf for 35 years. And finally, I pulled it down and I read it. The name of the book was David Harum, and I just enjoyed the heck out of the book. It was a great novel. You know, it was about a businessman who you learn about him as it goes on. It turns out he's helping people behind the scenes, unrecognized, and doing all these things in his community. So he's embedded in the community and then just engaged in it. And you just develop a deep love for this character. He's quite a guy. And then I looked it up on Wikipedia, and at the turn of the century, this was the business book that all the men were reading at the turn of the century. And I'm talking 1900, not 2000. And so it's interesting to think of my grandfather, who I never knew, reading this book and really liking David Harum.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Is it still around? Still unpublished?
I
I'm
have
going to have to look.
I have a copy I'll let you borrow.
Okay. I'd love that.
Inscriptions in it.
Okay. I'd love that. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Great.
And thank you guys for watching In the Trenches. You can go to fitzy.org to learn more and to learn about all of the people who really help to drive Fitzy. Have a great day.